Welcome to the B Team Podcast. I am your host, Josh Safran, with my co-host,
At Mars,
and our permanent guest,
Rob Nelson.
We're here every week to talk to you about all things Bentonville, bourbon, and business. The B Team Podcast. Be here. Welcome to the B Team Podcast. I'm your host, Josh Safran, along with my co-host,
At Mars,
and our permanent guest,
Rob Nelson.
And we're here every Thursday for all things Bentonville, business, and bourbon. And before we introduce our guest today, which I will give you the pleasure because Elvis has left the building.
Yes, he has.
Matthew,
He's actually back here.
you got some interesting bourbon you were
got some, I don't know if anyone's had this, but it's Buzzard's Roost, it's called. And a friend of ours owns this company and gave us this as a gift. So
Your friend owns the bourbon company.
Yep.
So shout out. So it deserves a shout out.
And we're going to have them on hopefully in a few weeks.
So you opened it, but then closed it back up before you were going to open it?
Well, I mean,
Show the camera.
I didn't know if I wanted to share it yet.
Well,
so basically,
share.
we've got two of their most popular straight bourbon whiskey and a straight rye.
And this is a local company here?
They're out of Louisville, but he lives locally. So
Oh, nice.
yeah. So you guys want to start with a rye or a bourbon?
You know my answer.
Rye.
I don't do rye.
You don't do rye. That's
You
right.
said that until we went, and then everyone loved the rye. Do you remember?
Which one? Which rye?
When we went on the bourbon trail.
Yeah. I'm still...
No one liked rye until we went there. And then everyone loved it.
So it's the bourbon?
So we're going to go with the bourbon.
Good choice. And what I like about you is when you bring bourbon in, it's typically free and gifted to you. You're never going into your great stash that you have at the house.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you guys any of the good stuff.
No,
Really?
no offense. No offense. Just
So,
it's a noisy bottle.
And that's why I never bring any.
real cork. I use a real cork. I like that.
Okay.
I'm going to hear all 4 years.
Oh, good job. You would have got roasted good for that
I
one.
made the wrong decision there. I like these little party size
It's a 375.
bottles here. Yeah.
Thank you. Now, could we find this in retail here?
Yeah. All over Northwest Arkansas. It's for sale.
So non-allocated.
Nope. It's like a little.
It's got a good color to it.
Yeah. So this is it's 105 proof. Yeah. So I guess their claim to fame is that they do like a double.
That's good.
That is good.
That's good. It's different.
We can stew banana. You get in there.
I have to go in for another sip.
So they say, he texted me a few things. Let me get it out here.
Oh,
Okay. So I'm gonna read this, give you the rundown.
now, Matt has a third grade reading education, so this may be bad.
Yeah. So what distinguishes Buzzard's Roost is they use a double barrel process, which Russ could probably go into this.
Yeah.
Double barrel process. The second barrel they lightly toast with the char number 1 finish. That gives it a more caramel and vanilla flavor. So maybe that's kind of where you're getting the banana and the.
I was going to say, I like it. It does have
Any
spices.
just since Russ isn't here, do you get any cracked vanilla bean or anything in there?
No cracked vanilla bean. I'm getting a little creme brulee.
Yeah. I see that.
So it says caramel and vanilla flavors.
A little creme brulee.
It's nice.
What do you think, Elvis?
That's pretty good, yeah.
See, it's pretty good. Elvis is here.
It smells really good.
Yeah.
So, Bobby,
Sir.
before we introduce Elvis,
Ooh, this is really good.
this tastes it tastes
Really good.
And thank you for bringing something
Yeah.
free that you were gifted. That makes us feel a lot better about how you feel about us.
Only for my finest friends I do this.
Thank you. Bobby,
Yes, Josh.
there's a lot of pressure. I need to bring guests. Yeah, we all have to bring guests in there. And you said,
I think I brought the most.
and you said,
At least the highest viewers.
I am bringing in a home run today. I'm bringing in Elvis.
I am.
And I said, let's have it. So tell
You're
us
like,
about
no,
it.
no, no.
I'm excited.
Are you going to fly him in from Vegas? I was like, no, he's here local.
We have Elvis local.
You probably got that all.
Only Rod Nelson can pull this off.
You know, I've known Elvis now for, I don't know, almost a year probably.
Actually, we've been almost 3. I mean,
Yeah. You really,
Hasn't been that long.
you really made a mark.
A little bit Russian. I was gonna go for 6 months, and then I was like, "Oh, let me throw a year in there just in case."
Well,
I graduated high school with you, and Jesus, Bobby.
well, we actually hadn't really talked that much until about the third year.
Yeah.
So I'll give him a pass. Then.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for 3 years, 2 months and 5 days. Yeah, but 2 months.
So yeah, we got to meet Elvis through my business, Meadow Lake Homes. Shout out to Meadow Lake.
Meadow Lake, shout out.
Yeah, I think it's the first time we ever gave my business a shout.
If you need a home, Meadow Lake.
Yeah, building one dream at a time.
Wow.
Or something. I don't know. There's some stupid thing that goes with it. Building one home at a time, or
One
dream home,
maybe one brick at a time.
Well, yeah, one brick at a time. That's a good business thing. One brick at a time.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
That'd be your boy, Tim. So, anyways, but yes, we wanted to have Elvis here because we were looking for some guests to come in to help promote local business, and that's what really the B Team's about, is promoting local business and giving you some content.
See, I
Really, this is the perfect time of year to promote Elvis.
100%.
Because what does everyone do after Christmas?
Trash everything.
You clean out all the old Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
You clean out the garage.
Yeah.
Or you put it all back.
Building goes into
And
full
here's your guy.
Exactly.
See, I like how you said, and we're going to go back and replay this a second time on the tape. We're looking for guests, and you're like, well, shit, we were running through. We got to bring in Elvis. Like that's how you teed that up.
Yeah,
Make him feel special.
Teed that up, of course. I mean, he's a local business, and we promote local businesses. And I thought you were in business for a year. It's been almost 3, and time flies when you're.
The years go by quick.
Yeah, they do.
The older we get.
No,
Sure do.
for sure.
It's like, the clothing thing. He forgets. We're at that age where you just forget how long it's been.
Yeah, I just try to keep it simple and stay under the radar.
Oh, you keep it simple.
So
Tell us about your business, Elvis.
Yeah.
Well, it's Executive Waste Solutions. We do roll-off dumpster rentals, and we do actually do junk removal as well. We do a lot of like apartment company trash outs for, when they evict somebody or somebody moves out, we come in and clean out their apartments. But we mainly do dumpster rentals, but we do pretty much any junk removal too.
So you own a bunch of dumpsters that you rent out?
Yeah. We've got 42 dumpsters.
42.
Oh, gosh. It's a lot.
That's a lot.
And most of them are with that guy.
Hey, when we bring guests on, Elvis and his team, they're Johnny on the spot. Like I could call for a dumpster, and I could have a dumpster there literally sometimes the same day, if not the very next day.
What does a dumpster cost? Like if I wanted to
by the pound?
Yeah. Rob, the reason that Rob's been talking to Elvis recently is because he didn't realize it was by the pound.
Is there a good story there, Elvis?
Yeah, got it.
Should we save it for a little bit, or we just dive right now? Let's rip the Band-Aid out right
Is there a problem here with the payment structure with Bobby?
Oh, no.
Payment. Yeah, Angie handles payment, so no.
It's not that you were not paying the bill, but the bill was higher because it was by the pound.
Well, you couldn't even weigh the dumpster was a part of the issue.
Yeah, we couldn't pick it up.
It got stuck.
Let's tell that story for the fans at home.
Yeah, well, we showed up to pick up the dumpster, and my driver called me, and he was like, "Hey, I can't pick this thing up. It won't budge."
It's the first time that's ever happened for you, of course.
Well, I've had it happen one other time. The first time with Rob, but yeah,
we all do it too. I've done the same thing.
He was like, "I can't pick it up," and I'm like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." As soon as I try to pick it up, it just sets the truck down on the fenders.
Heavy?
Well, yeah. I was like, it was the weight was pulling it down to where it was setting it on the fenders. And I'm like, well, yeah, we can't pull that.
And this isn't an F-150.
Yeah, this is our it's a FL60 Freightliner, which
Freightliner.
We can haul 26,000 gross, and it wouldn't move it.
So was somebody curious and like, hey, how many dead bodies are in this thing? What the hell do you have in there?
It'd been lighter if it was dead bodies.
Well, like the brick guys took cleanup to Rob's to a new level. I think they filled. The house looked amazing around the outside.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I get a little nerved up, and I like keeping a clean job site. And the job site wasn't looking amazing to my expectations, and I went on a little Italian tangent.
Oh, I've seen that before.
And I was like, everyone needs to clean up. There's an empty dumpster sitting right there. Fill it. And they
listen.
They listened.
So what do you do? I mean, what do you do in that scenario?
Well, we had to bring another dumpster out so they could offload some of it into the other one. So we could at least pick it up.
How did you call Bobby? Let's replay that phone call. Mr. Nelson?
But I think he called Nick my project manager.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, because I didn't know it was that heavy because it wasn't even over the top. Like, it was just heavy.
Yeah, it was just pretty much almost level with, there's a little bit over the top, but usually that's, not too big of a deal.
Right.
So.
But the funny thing was him and Nick were working between each other to not let me know. Right. So I'd show up at the job site and be like, where's Elvis? This thing's been sitting here for 2 weeks. Nick's like, oh, yeah, we're working on it. So, he's bringing another one. And then finally Nick had to break down. He was like, yeah, Elvis said he can't even budge the thing. I'm like, what? And then I call Matt. I'm like, Matt, you freaking overloaded the dumpster.
Oh, it's Matt's fault?
No, I had zero to do with that. But I tried to move it because we were getting grading, and there was no moving it either. It was heavy.
Yeah.
Usually I can push it with the tractor.
So do you think I broke a record on that one?
And if you did break it, you tied it, because there was one other one the other one though actually ruined my dumpster. So
That's
you
good.
didn't
Yeah.
the dumpster. Cause,
Yeah, I don't want to ruin a dumpster.
Because
I don't want to buy one.
we tried to pick it up. My other driver did, and when he picked it up, it buckled the dumpster.
Yeah.
But no, I think you're probably right there though.
Right there.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as I didn't break the dumpster, 'cause if you break it, you buy it. It's kind of one of those things.
Yeah.
What does a dumpster cost?
For that size of 15-yard, they're usually anywhere from around 3,800 to 4,200, depending on who you buy them from.
Oh, you
That would have been expensive.
Yeah.
That would have been expensive.
You spent worse money on other things.
That would have been expensive. So I'm glad we didn't break your dumpster.
So for the masses, you could literally, if you're cleaning out your garage or whatever, if you send it over for people, you're usually never going to get
It's a journey.
to the max.
Oh, well,
I mean, how many, you've been doing this for years, and it's the first time. So
it's not the first time.
But it happens to everyone, because we did the same thing on the big one, and they called and they're like, you realize it's going to be like 3 times what it normally is because of the weight. And we were like, oh, I thought it was whatever you could put in there. And they're like, no.
Well, if anything, I think typically it's the opposite, right? People are maximizing the dumpster and breaking down boxes, or, putting things in not properly, where you could really, put quite a bit in there. And either way, right, you're paying by the pound or tonnage, or whatever the right terminology is, right? So it's more about maximizing the dumpster, not overloading it. And, a lot of times they're light.
Yeah.
So I live in Shadow Valley. I don't know if you do any work over that way, but he looks like he does. So the biggest thing on the Facebook page is people's don't pick up after their dogs, and people are crazy about the poop. And then somebody's building a home, and people are throwing their garbage in their dumpster.
Mattresses.
Oh my God!
No, it happens.
Their mind. I have to pay for this thing by the pound, and how dare you put your garbage in my dumpster?
It happens all the time. It happens to us up where we build all the time. And, it's this is a fun podcast, and I don't want to get too serious, but it's irate because, you drop off a dumpster, and sure as shit, someone comes in and they throw their mattress in there. They're throwing all their stuff in their, garage in there, and ultimately I have to pay for it.
Yeah. So how do you prevent that stuff? Can you put a sign on there? Can you put a code on there?
We've talked about it.
Yeah, I've had some signs made up. I got to get those to you, but
So it's your fault what Rob's saying. It's your fault.
Well, the worst ones are the high traffic areas, right?
Yeah.
And it's
And usually it's to be fair, it's usually most of your neighbors that do it, or neighbors.
It's the neighbors around those.
Because we had one right in on 102, and I came the next day and it had 3 mattresses in there, and I was like, and my trim,
And they took the whole thing
my trim guy at the time, he was like, that might have been mine. And I was like, you're killing me. And it's not even it is the money, but it's not even that they'll put it in there and fills it.
Well, especially a mattress. I mean, mattresses and
then grains on it, so it weighs more.
Oh, yeah.
Elvis loves that when it weighs more, but we don't.
I tell Nick to call in the dumpsters after it's been dry for a few days.
Yeah.
Let that water drain out.
Oh yeah, I do too. But Rob will catch me every now and then. He'll be like, "What are you doing down here?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go check on something." He'll be like, "It's all that trash in the back of your truck."
He's like, I'm gonna make sure Tim put those screws in the metal railing. I'm like, whatever.
Meanwhile, it's going like bricks and bricks and bricks, bricks and bricks all into the. I love that. That's smart.
It's me or my brother. Damn is the worst.
Oh yeah.
Like we'll be at filming something, and I'll come out and there's like 5 trash bags on the back of my truck. I'm like, "What is this?" And Dave's like, I didn't know where to put it.
And Elvis, you're just happy because the more stuff that goes in, however it is, you look at where it comes from.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't want people to fill up dumpsters that, aren't theirs, but at the same time, yeah.
You don't care.
Yeah.
But
We need some addresses for your job sites. So for the viewers, no, let's talk through this, right? We'll film it faster.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
Put one in front of your house.
Well, you're paying for it.
Hey.
No, but
It would be funny.
But seriously talking, I mean, we're talking about gifts for Christmas. That would be a good gift for Carrie or Ange or Emily.
What's that?
I'm getting you a dumpster. Throw whatever you want away.
You know what? The next time you piss me off, I'm going to call up Elvis. I'm going to give him your address and have him dump a dumpster in your driveway.
When you say dump a dumpster, you mean have it show up or physically turn it over?
No.
Have it show up.
Just show up empty in the middle of your driveway.
But that's not a big deal as long as you guys are picking
That
up
would be
what's
in the way.
I would be in the way.
Like block your driveway.
That would be bad. Elvis, you would do that to me.
Freaking hilarious.
well, if Rob told me to, I would.
So is this now put your get back on script to it. Is this a newer business for you since Rob's known you for a year? Is this like a New Year business?
Yeah, like I say, we've been March will be 3 years.
What were you doing before this?
I actually worked for the electric company. I worked at power plants for in Gentry, and then I worked out in Oklahoma for just a little while.
So what made you decide to open your own business and get into waste management?
Well, I was actually in Oklahoma at the time, and I was wanting to get back here, and I had actually bought some dumpsters, and I was going to come over here and just kind of start doing that, see how I did at it, and I ran into the original owners of Executive Waste. I saw that they had a dumpster that was painted up and it said EWS on it, and it looked like it said Elvis. And so I was like, I got to have this thing. And so I called them and I was like, "Hey, is that truck with that dumpster on it for sale?" And they're like, "Well, actually the whole thing's for sale." And I'm like, "Okay."
All right. So I have to ask, because I know the guys pretty well. Did you talk to Kurt or did you talk to... Who did you talk to first?
Well, the person I called first was Kurt was the main guy I talked to, but
okay. Well, he said it was for sale because everything's always for sale.
yeah, with Kurt, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was the one that they put me in contact with because I think I called the office of one place he was at and they referred me to him. But yeah, he said it was for sale, and I was like, well, I might be interested. Then we ended up working out a deal.
Just because it said Elvis on it was a sign.
Yeah, that was what drew my attention to it.
There you go. I mean, it was meant to be.
I'm going to draw Elvis on the side of the podcast. You may, hey, it's a sign. You need to buy the business from Eric because
Isn't it crazy though? Things like that. We had a house one time that I always put like a flagpole and a flag at the house, and the people that bought it were like, we loved the house, but they were like, what was the main thing that we loved? That flag. That was one of our. It's it's weird how there's certain things.
What you should think about now is like find out who you want to buy the home, and then like when they're pouring the concrete, like write Bobby on the concrete. Bob, this house was meant for you.
About that.
Like this house was meant for you, Bobby. Your name's on the concrete.
Could be.
I like that idea.
So that's how you ended up getting the business.
Yes.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, that was a good save.
That's a great save.
Oh.
Party foul.
So that's how you ended up getting it.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think so far? You're just down the road.
I like it. Yeah. I'm enjoying it. It's definitely, it was a lot to learn at first because first time I've ever owned a business, know, so.
What's been the biggest learning as we're all business owners? What's been the biggest learning for you?
Well, I'd have to say sometimes just dealing with the financial side, what you can spend your money on, and then trying to get people to pay.
Just charge Rob more.
Well, I thought after this we were going to talk about some kind of fixed rate.
Yeah. He's like, never, Rod.
If it fits you, it's one price.
Yeah.
And you told me off air that your wife is your partner, and we
Yes,
talk about
correct.
this on every podcast. I mean, what's the pros and the cons of having your spouse as your business partner?
Well, there's never after hours. I can
24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She probably doesn't like that because I'm all the time needing her to do something.
Yeah. So like Angie takes care, as you know, Angie takes care of our books, and then I'm more, out in the field and customer facing. Is that the same with you guys?
Yeah.
Hold on. Rob, the feeling customer facing.
He couldn't even finish the sentence.
So that was the highlight. They needed a clip of how I'm out in the field and customer facing from like 2 o'clock to 2:30.
Whatever.
On the field customer facing. Sorry, that was
We all love to jab at each other on our work schedules.
I'm out in the field.
Doing computer work in the morning, and then I go out to the field.
There's your Rob on the computer. Yeah, come in here. How do I enter? After the next one. Hit the enter button. Oh, yeah, there you go.
That's me on a computer for sure.
Yeah. But
Sorry, Elvis.
no, but cash flow, right? Obviously, is always a learning curve, especially only 3 years into it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Cash in, cash out. Unexpected breakdowns, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Have you added on more dumpsters over that time? Or
Yeah.
is that what you started with?
Yeah, there was 28 when I first started, and then I've added, like I said, up to 42, and that's
Fantastic.
That's huge.
And how many are in use at all times? So typically, they're all out and about.
Yeah, I mean, in the spring, in the summer, usually it's hard to get one. Like they're usually all out, and then slowly in the fall, I get a few back. Like right now, I've probably, I don't know, I'd say 8 dumpsters not in use, but
That's still not very many.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even, you're over 80% booked.
How many people you have on payroll?
the two employees.
That's it? Sounds like a very profitable business. I need to figure out how to get into the waste management. Isn't that what Tony Soprano did? Didn't he do waste management too?
Forget about it.
Gee, like
Stick to haircuts.
every time I'm thinking about waste management, I do think about the mafia and Tony Soprano.
Look, you're about ready to do a pretty large undertaking. You need to call Elvis for your dumpsters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you tied to the mob, or is this?
Well, I mean, no.
No, not that you know of today. I mean, waste management's a big mob business, isn't it? Shout out to the mob.
Shout out to that guy. I think that's only in TV land.
Just TV.
Yeah.
Just TV land, Josh. We watch too much TV.
Easy, Bobby Bacalao. Elvis, I had a question for you.
Okay.
All right, so you're in the waste management business, right? Tell me, there's got to be a great story. There's got to be something funny. Like you went home to the wife, like, you cannot believe what we found and saw at work today.
Well,
This would be good.
And it's ideally for one of Bobby's sites. That would be great too.
Mine are probably pretty much boring. And
Yeah.
It's mostly construction material.
they're pretty mellow. We like those though. But no, we were doing trash out of the apartment complex one time, and they called us and we showed up and we were going through it all. And I usually go through and take pictures before we remove it all. And I took pictures of everything, and there was this big, huge box in the closet. And it looked like a Christmas tree box or something, and I just took pictures, and I went downstairs, and all of a sudden I hear my guy, he was yelling, "Get up here, you got to get up here right now." And I'm like, "What? What's going on?" I think something's wrong. So I run up the stairs, and he's like, "You got to see this box." And he opens this box up, and there's this, it's like a life-size sex doll.
Oh,
Like,
my God.
It was like life size. I had like a metal exoskeleton or a skeleton inside, where it's like it was posable. I mean, it was.
So did Matt call you like, "Do not throw out my sex doll"? I mean,
It was crazy. I was like, I'd never seen one of those before.
was it new or had it been used?
It looked like it was new. I didn't go expect much. What he Elvis is like.
You can see if it was more, maybe used.
Elvis is like, I don't know. I mean, it's holding up pretty good. So I'd say it was pretty
I
new.
didn't go expect it, but it was definitely looked like it was new. Like it was just laying there in the box, you know.
Did it make it into the trash, or did you end up putting it on like eBay or maybe
Marketplace? Well, we didn't see it was laying sure if it was, but we loaded it up. We're like, man, we'll go to the dump. We're gonna feel weird dumping this thing out of the dump. What if it falls out of the box at the dump? So
I wish you would have called me. I would have came and got it from you.
And you would have
Best white elephant.
that would have won forever.
well, I thought you were going to use it for the house.
No, white elephant gift, man. It's
We're going to have to recut that. You should have brought it to me.
Elvis, if you want any more of this, you can have some.
Yeah.
Now, you know he doesn't like it, or it's not his really high.
No, I actually,
No, it's good.
It's good.
it's,
But for you to offer somebody else some bourbon, I mean, that tells me something.
well, I wasn't offering you guys. I was offering Elvis.
You either got it for free or it's not good.
It's good.
So you got it for free.
Solid.
No.
Yeah, I did get it for free.
So Elvis, if somebody wanted to get some dumpsters from you, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
you can they can either go on our website and you can book through there. It's a lot easier to you can just call me directly. I mean, I carry around the company cell phone, so you call me directly usually is the easiest way. Like I say, it's the numbers on our website, or it's
We'll throw it up on the screen. What is it?
479-326-2494.
Is that your personal cell, or that's
It's the company cell, but I always have it on me.
If you were listening, he said.
Yeah.
is that your personal cell?
So do you say someone's wanting a dumpster that's not like us that use them all the time? Like, is there a flat fee that they know? Because I think a lot of, like most people are overwhelmed.
The one time
they don't know,
the one
they don't
time
know if a dumpster's $1,500 or $500 or what. They don't know. So what does a typical? What are yours?
Pretty good question.
I have 15 and 20.
So what is the? Is there? I know there's usually up to so many tons. But
Yeah.
Well, that's a great question. Because
what do you? Well, I think
the bill at the end, you're not going to know what it is, right?
Well, and most people drive around and look for a dumpster and not know that they could just get one to their house.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, but I guess the question is if it's a person who's in a home who's not in the construction business and there's not a flat fee, it's just based on weight, right? I don't know. Is it going to be $200 or $20,000? How? What is it typically?
Yeah. How does it?
So for the one-time user who's going to call, they're cleaning out their garage. It's springtime. They got to get all the stuff out of the house. One-time user. What does that look like?
Ballpark.
It's for the 15 yards, usually 7 days is what I do. And
It's just perfect because then it's not in your yard forever.
Yeah.
yeah, and like I say, I just use 7 days, and then depending on your location, anywhere from about, $385 to $395 before taxes.
Which is a deal.
That's the full bill.
Well, yeah, before tax.
So
as long as they don't go over 2 tons.
It's like $500.
Which would be for a one-time homeowner uses almost impossible.
Yeah, that's so most
$500.
and most people
With tax. That's amazing.
$385 plus
most
tax.
people borrow a trailer or check their whole car full and drive to a dump, and they don't realize for $450 or $500 he'll deliver it, and you have a week to fill it.
Yeah.
And if you don't fill it, you can call your neighbors and say,
They'll absolutely not fill it.
no one that can say they don't have things they need to get rid of.
Right.
But you can also share the cost and say, hey, I'm going to bring it in front of my house.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people they have no clue what it would cost.
And it's super
Because
expensive.
I've seen people get those bags,
those are
and it's the biggest mess ever, and it costs the same money.
Yeah.
What do you mean the bags?
Oh, they make these bags that's probably the size of this table, the sides, and they tell you just fill it up, and they'll come pick it up, and it's
it's a
blowing all over your yard, and it's a mess.
So would that be like a competitor, so to speak?
not even.
Not
Yeah, no, really.
and it's other.
Yeah. It's like an oversized garbage bag. It's ridiculous, but I mean,
But no, I think a lot of it's unknown.
Right.
Like people don't realize it's not as expensive as you would think it is.
No, I was expecting the bill to be like $2,000. That's very reasonable. I may just have one and throw my kids in it.
I mean,
Just saying, I don't want to be trying to get rid of them for forever. They won't leave the house.
for $500, there you go.
Have you found a body in there yet, other than the sex toy?
No, we've never found a body.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the deal on that one.
That's
I don't want to have to answer any questions on that.
Yeah, yeah.
We had one of them start on fire one time.
What'd you do?
It's the fire department had to put it out,
Well, what caused the fire?
and it jumped out. Someone was burning in like a barrel, and it got into the dumpster. So it was a mess.
But they get super hot.
Yeah,
And that's the whole saying, dumpster fire.
yeah.
Like this podcast, the dumpster fire. I like
So I was just telling you that, Josh, because like if you get one and it gets full, like don't burn it down and then keep filling, because you may have to buy the dumpster because it'll melt.
But it is interesting. Again, I'm a novice in this space, so this is fascinating for me. You could fill it up with feathers and it'll cost $10, or fill it up with just super heavy bricks and it'll break. I mean, it's really, it's not what it's really what's in there versus how full it gets, right?
I mean, well, they like I said, the landfill charges me a set amount.
Yeah.
And then once I get over a certain tonnage, then it goes up. So, I mean, they like I say, there's a certain amount they charge me. So you have to have.
There's a minimum.
Yeah.
So that's why his opening for whatever 2 tons there is X, because he already knows his hard cost.
But if I
But no homeowner is going to get
2 tons.
Yeah, but if I'm like again, I'm just for silly example. If I was going to fill it up with feather-based pillows and
You're paying $385.
no matter what,
Yeah,
I'm never hit the weight threshold.
Yeah.
You're paying $380.
Because I'm still going to have to, when I get to the landfill, they're still going to charge.
He's got to pay the driver. He's got to pay gas, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Now, if you break the 2 tons, which is really hard to do, especially for a one-time home.
2 tons. What is that? 4,000 pounds?
Yeah, which would be
It's
really
a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of bodies.
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm. But I mean, I think a lot of people don't realize what it'd be a lot easier just to order.
No, just the
a roll-off from
convenience.
Elvis for a
Well,
week.
why would you not?
Load all of your stuff in there and call it a day.
And why would you not? That's why we have Elvis here today, to spread the good news and spread the opportunity.
Now, I would imagine. So I'm thinking through this in my neighborhood. If you're building a new home, these things are going to get full every week, and you're going to have to write a new homeowner that's building for months at a time, right?
Oh, yeah.
This thing's going to turn over week after week, which is why they get pissed off.
It's a major budget item in the budget.
Yeah, because that's why they get mad when it's full.
Yeah. I mean, there's days where, like, if we're doing a big demo, like there's one right downtown Bentonville right now. We got 3 of them staged out front, and he'll basically for a week straight, he'll just turn them every 2 hours for me.
What's the address for that, by the way? Just in case it was about coverage.
Yeah, it's in Shadow Valley. Yeah, look for a white BMW. Yeah. All right. So,
I love that too. And
what do you want to share? We've kind of overtaken you here.
No, I mean, I don't know.
you brought some swag for us. What do you got?
Yeah, I got some hats. If you guys are interested in hats,
Yeah,
Matt loves
stock
it.
caps.
I do. I like the one with it on the side over there.
the side one.
Yeah, that one.
I knew he'd say that. Ooh, I like
I like the beanie. Is that a beanie? Is that what they call these?
I like this.
And we should have put these on a long time ago.
These are nice. Look at this. Boom.
So,
Yeah.
I like it. Heat.
what's up here?
Rep your brand. Can we wear this?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
That's a hat. Now you look like
You look like you
Tony Soprano's team.
you're
Robbie Bacala.
forget about it.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm here to get you trash.
Hey. That's your keeper. Wear that to dinner.
Okay.
They'll be like, Mr. Nelson, the bill is out of us. We're going to cover it. They're afraid you're going to cap kneecaps.
So what's next for you? You see more expansion?
Yeah, we're going to try to expand some more, next year, and trying right now looking to maybe add another truck.
Okay.
So we have plenty right now. We're trying to add another big truck, so it's easier when we have like big demo jobs like we do, to where we can run multiple trucks.
Mm-hmm. Is it hard finding drivers that you could trust?
Yeah, I mean, I've got some pretty good ones right now. They're good guys, but I went there for a little bit where I was kind of having a hard time, but now I've got a pretty good crew. So
Yeah.
So Bobby, otherwise known as Rob, he just drove a truck the other day, a bus at the carnival, at the festival downtown. He needed a truck driver.
Downtown Villefort.
So he could actually drive for you.
I pulled what wasn't it one of your guys that was using the high-low to try to
it was me and one of my guys, because that thing got.
and tell
Another time Rob forgot that you were there. Sorry.
tell Matt because he was making fun of my car today. What saved the day?
I'll have to say that his Hummer
They let that electric car pull you out?
It didn't pull my vehicle out.
Okay.
It pulled out the extendable forklift.
Which was a monster.
It was.
And it was buried.
It was sitting on the frame.
I pulled up and it's on the frame of the mountain. I'm like, what's going on?
We were trying to get it out to pull our truck out, and it was already buried when we showed up. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what are we gonna do? And then Rob showed up, and I thought, oh no, we're making a mess. And Rob just showed up, and he's not gonna be happy.
No, I'm like, you got to change.
And then Rob was like smiling from ear to ear. He was like, can I pull that out?
That's exactly it. And the only thing I regret is we didn't get video, right? Because all the tires were smoking and everything.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed, I'll have to say.
This was definitely, this time of year was the week of stucks. I got 2 calls from people, and I got stuck.
You got stuck?
Oh, they were grading a road, so I got over on the side while he could go by, and I got stuck in the... Luckily, I had my tractor on the back to push it out.
Luckily. That's good.
But it was the way this weather's been, we've just been getting rain a little after a little. Nothing's dried out, so...
I like this hat.
I like the hat you got on now.
You like this one?
I do.
I might take 2. Executive Waste Solutions.
I like it.
Need a Kango. It'd be good. Yes, Executive Waste. Kango. You know what a Kango is?
I do.
Never heard of a Kango.
It's a New York hip hop thing, and he's trying to go back to his roots.
He's flexing a little.
That's one. That'll keep
GOL.
That'll keep the head warm.
Yeah, that one looks good.
That one looks good.
It does look good. Elvis, thanks for coming in. I learned a lot today. I didn't know much about the space. I learned that I can get one of these for much cheaper than I thought. 42 of them, easy to pick up the phone and call. When it's how much in advance notice do I need to get one?
Sometimes I can get it to you the next day. I mean, we usually, if it's just going out, we can most of the time next day, or might be the day after, but it's within 24 hours, we can usually get you one for sure.
Deposit in advance or pick up at the end?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. I mean, it's a contractor pricing. We do that, and it's, it's not paying in advance, obviously, because, they're maybe dumping it 3 or 4 times or whatever, but... And then the homeowners, we a lot of times we do after we pick it up, just to make sure it's not overweight, and then we charge.
And again, just for the viewers, if there's a location that you can share an address where Bobby's got a couple of them right now, just in case they have some mattresses or things they want to throw out, anything you want to share there?
No, I'm not gonna.
So have you ever had any that didn't pay and you just had to bring the dumpster back and open it up and dump it in?
That's just park it right in the front of the driveway.
I actually had one. I didn't dump it because I didn't want to be that guy, but
That's fun.
I had one, and they never paid, and it was still sitting there. I couldn't get a hold of them, and they said we'll pick it up, but the neighborhood had decided to decorate it for Christmas because it sat there for so long, and they'd cut their trees down, and they put evergreen tree like all on the top of it, and they wrapped it like a present, and they put Christmas lights on it.
Oh my God.
And
So you must have chuckled when it showed back.
You're like, you can't even make this up.
yeah, I actually went personally myself to go pick that one up, and because I had to clean off the top because the neighborhood had put all their stuff on the top of it and did all that, and I had to take it all off just to haul it because it was so tall. It was probably almost 4 foot over the top, and I'm like, we can't even tarp it.
But they never paid.
No.
If you want to give us the name of that person, we'll share it all across our...
We're going to shame that's on tax write-off. It's fine.
Yeah.
Can't win on it.
You don't want to do that, huh?
That's smart, man. Smart, man.
But I will be calling you at some point to go deliver one at Josh's house. I think it'd be...
Yeah.
Just go park one. I think right in the driveway. It'll be awesome.
Right, just this far from the door.
We'll do when we start that job up the street.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Elvis,
How much you paying?
Yeah. I mean, he's like, I can be bought.
Elvis, have you ever been divorced before?
No.
I have been. I don't want to be divorced a second time.
I'll make sure we put it on your side of the driveway. Emily could still get in and out.
Yeah, we'll get with Emily.
Yeah.
Sure, everything's good.
We'll coordinate with her.
She's changing her phone number today. Elvis, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
This was
Cheers, buddy.
Thanks, Ellis.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for all you do.
Thanks for having me.